It seems that Kerala government is going through bad times. After receiving a huge hype and big round of applause from all corners of the world for handling the COVID pandemic in the best possible way, the CPM-led government was enjoying an international stardom. Unfortunately, with the sprouting of political controversies in recent times, the state government has ended up in great trouble. The triggering of political controversies days ahead of polls is quite natural. But the recent trend shows the CPM as well as the party-led government is prone to bad tidings. The situation has further worsened with the controversies that followed the Vigilance raid carried out in KSFE. Finance Minister Thomas Isaac is provoked by the state Vigilance raid in a state PSU at a time when the CPM and party-led government were slamming the central government that it has been using their investigation agencies as a political weapon against Kerala. It gives room for dubiousness as to why a raid by the State Vigilance and Anti-Corruption Bureau at the various branches of Kerala State Financial Enterprises Limited has irked the Finance Minister. And thus has paved the way for political controversies in Kerala. The common mass who relies on KSFE's unique financial savings schemes is concerned whether the vigilance action will affect the years-long credibility of the PSU. On Saturday, November 28th, the Vigilance and Anti-Corruption Bureau, which comes under the State Home Department, conducted raids in 40 branches of KSFE. The raid was carried out on the heels of detecting anomalies in handling chitti deposits. The irregularities in the conduct of chittis at some KSFE branches were detected by the International Intelligence Wing of the Anti-Corruption Agency. Prior to the Vigilance raid, several days of secret inspection was carried out by the State Corruption Watchdog for confirming the alleged anomalies that would even affect the very existence of KSFE. The severe irregularities raised against KSFE by the State Vigilance are non-deposit of chitti money in the treasury, fake chittis, money laundering through chittis, and officials bagging chittis in Benami names. In the preliminary probe carried out by the Vigilance and Anti-Corruption Bureau, it was found KSFE had suffered huge loss as the branch managers failed to transfer the chit fund deposits to nationalized banks or state treasury. This had affected the flow of revenue from the interest for deposit. Not only that, even before the invested money was credited with the account of KSFE, many depositors were permitted to participate in chit auction. The KSFE officials, including the staff and managers, were allegedly found to be involved in Benami dealings and auctions of chits. Violating the basic objectives of KSFE, gold loans have been sanctioned to private money lenders. And the CAG audit conducted early this year had found that KSFE had accepted deposits from the public in excess of government guarantee. The grave allegations levelled against KSFE also stated that the auction of chit was mainly used for whitening of black money. Though the statewide raids carried out by the Vigilance were with full knowledge of the higher authority in the government, Kerala Finance Minister Thomas Isaac harshly criticised the searches conducted days ahead of polls. While KSFE, a state-owned non-banking financial firm, is under Thomas Isaac, the Vigilance and Anti-Corruption Bureau is under the Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan. The Finance Minister stated that the action will help private institutions and political opponents, and it is an opportunity to tarnish the firm's image in the eyes of the people. Isaac, who was irked by the Vigilance search, made clear that he was not against the raids, rather he couldn't stand the manner in which it was conducted. The minister also holds the opinion that conducting a Vigilance probe, submitting a report to the government and taking action if necessary are normal procedures. Isaac stresses on the fact that the KSFE provides the most affordable gold loan in an easy manner, and it's natural that many are unhappy about it and want to create an issue. Even amidst all the pressure, Isaac didn't forget to seek how the media got the information about the raid. Meanwhile, Kerala has become a favorite spot for the central probing agencies. Various central agencies, ED, National Investigation Agency, and Customs Department are investigating the controversial gold smuggling case via diplomatic channel. But was it fair to conduct a vigilance raid without taking the state's finance minister into confidence? Initially, CPM leaders have come out against the raid. When LTF convener, who also holds the post of party secretary, A.V.J. Raghavan, said the vigilance action will be discussed in the party, CPM leader Anandalavattam Anandan said such vigilance inspection will harm the credibility of KSFE. But later, Isaac was almost silenced when the chief minister told in a press conference there was nothing improper about the flash checks carried out by the vigilance in 40 KSFE branches. The CPM State Secretariat on Tuesday reprimanded Isaac for his public utterances against the flash checks by the vigilance, and Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan was given full backing. The internal row in the party over the vigilance raid were thus finally settled in favour of the Chief Minister. Isaac was further alienated when three ministers, E.P. Jayarajan, G. Sudhakaran and Kadagampally Surendran openly backed the Chief Minister. The general view of the Secretariat was that Isaac and Anandalavattam Anandan had overdone their objections. When Isaac, who was furious about the vigilance action, called the people behind it crazy and even gone to the extent of asking KSFE officials to block vigilance officials from entering their premises. Anandalavattam Anandan called the move a conspiracy plotted by people working for the interest of private financial institutions. The Chief Minister made his stand clear through his statement. He stated that the vigilance had the power to carry out routine checks without even informing the minister in charge. Actually, such non-interference has to be highlighted before the public as a major strength of the LTF government. Undoubtedly, we can see that the public utterances of Thomas Isaac and Anandalavattam Anandan have given rise to an impression that there was division in the party. Though Isaac was silenced, the party secretariat was lenient with him when they found some merit in two arguments put forth by the finance minister. He questioned the need for the vigilance to leak sensitive information about the flash checks, and he said that media reports stating that KSFE chitties were used by the people to launder black money could give central probing agencies the right excuse to barge into KSFE branches. And finally, Isaac was pacified by the Chief Minister, promising that he would look into the issue. The raid, which triggered political controversy, gave the opposition an opportunity to expose the double standard of the CPM towards the probe agencies. Undoubtedly, we can see the controversies that followed the raid have given another stick to the opposition to beat the LTF government in the run-up to the coming local body polls. At a time when KSFE was thriving and gaining the trust of common man and aiding to the financial stability of the state through its unique saving schemes, this flash checks carried out by the vigilance has been a severe blow to its very existence. Now the ball is in their court. From here onwards, KSFE can only rely on self-help to recoup their image and credibility.